All right, outsourcing my local Goodwill day after Thanksgiving. Kind of dead in here. Went ahead and raced in the door. Got me some Danskos, easy sell, Starbucks mug. See what else we can find. All right, not too much to be found in the plush and toy aisle. Always looking for something vintage. So I love these old black velvet vintage paintings. This one's actually pretty cool. I seen it about a week ago, but they got the price pretty high on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass. All right, I am in the Goodwill in Durango, Colorado, and I wanted to go ahead and share some of my sweet scores. Ran into a host of some LL Bean and Pendleton flannels. This guy right here is gonna need cleaned up, but all of these are about $8, which is a little bit more. I'm gonna have to pay up on them, but I'll get my money back. I came across some pretty sweet Dansko hiking shoes. Some Hoka wool shoes. And then these are priced up a little bit, but these are always bread and butter for me. And then lastly, see if I can get to it. Pretty certain this is a new but open box Dymo 400 label printer. And I got me a cool picture for the house because I'm into house plants and I'm really into ferns.
So had some great success picking this morning at my first stop. The Goodwill was loaded with good stuff. As you've seen on the video earlier, I found several pairs of Hokas. I got a couple pair of Danskos, which are kind of bread and butter sales for me. And then I was also able to pick up 3 flannel shirts, 2 of which were LL Bean, 1 was a Pendleton. And then I found a Dymo printer. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that printer and flip it. It did look to be a new open box, so I'll just have to denote that on my listing. But so far, so good this morning. And I even found myself a Kuyu shirt and a little bit of decorative wall art. So it's been a good morning thus far. I'm gonna run in the United Methodist thrift store here in Durango. It's always solid for me. The prices are definitely a little bit better than Goodwill, but the inventory is much smaller. But it's always worth a stop since I'm up here and making the pilgrimage. So keep following.
Still got the tag on.
Leaving the Methodist thrift store here in Durango. It's pretty cold out today, but I ran into some great finds in there. I scored 2 brand new North Face jackets tag on for $25 a piece. They do have some embroidery with the Penske Racing Team, which shouldn't be an issue because I'll sell them for a discounted price and they're brand new. But I also scored a used North Face kids snowboarding jacket and a pair of some pretty nice women's Keen shoes, which are also bread and butter for me. So it's been a great day of sourcing. I have dropped about $180, but I'm thinking off the top of my head, I've probably got somewhere between $600 to $700 in merchandise today off of a couple hours of shopping and checking comps and just knowing clothing and what sells and what doesn't. So it's been a great day today. I'm gonna go home and sort out my haul. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my haul with you at the end of this video. Today was a great day out sourcing goods to resell for profit. I was able to come across a whole bunch of my favorite brands that I'm always consistent and have good success and luck at reselling. And so I would like to call this video my bread and butter, because throughout the course of today, I mentioned coming across these goods and was successful at picking a number of them. So here we go. This is an LL Bean men's medium slim fit 100% cotton long sleeve flannel button-up shirt. That's a mouthful. And this is one of my go-to shirts in the winter. These are very easy to sell and I turn these very quickly. I did pay up on all these shirts, and for the most part, all the clothing I bought today from the Goodwill, I definitely paid a premium for. But it's high quality clothing and most of it has a 100% plus sell-through rate. So I'm not too worried about getting my money back out of it. I just gotta be patient. Clothing and shoe sales can sometimes be a little bit slow, a little bit on the long tail side, but this is definitely one of my go-to shirts that I'm always very consistent in purchasing because I know I can sell it. This is a Pendleton Lodge
100% virgin wool flannel. Now this guy here has a little bit of damage to his collar, just a little chip taken out of it. So I'll have to note that when I list it, but it's definitely a very prized shirt because it is 100% wool. It's a little bit short in how it's cropped. I'm not crazy about the length of the Pendleton, but I love Pendleton, the brand itself, and I have a bedding set and several blankets, and the quality of their products is just second to none. So this guy here is going to need a lint roller ran across it. It's got some dog hair on it, and I don't really want to mess with washing it because it is clean. It's just kind of fuzzy and has some hair, so I'll treat that accordingly. All right, we've got another one of my go-tos, or again, my bread and butter collection. Was definitely found today. This is an LL Bean men's medium regular traditional fit, 100% cotton long sleeve button up. And again, these shirts I did pay a premium for. I think I paid $8 for both of the LL Bean shirts, but I should easily be able to sell these for about $30, $35, and maybe even some shipping on that. And I have turned a lot of these shirts because they're easy to find in the area I go source them. Found this Kuiu long sleeve, only paid a few dollars for it. I'm gonna end up keeping this for myself because I like those high-end outdoor brands, especially the hunting and hiking gear brands. And once in a while, I just treat myself to a nice shirt. Even if it is pre-owned, I don't mind washing it and wearing it, and it's cool. Sometimes I find some really nice stuff out there, but often I just turn it for a profit because I wanna support my family, and I like to buy things for my kids and make sure they have all the things that they need. But this one right here is a treat to myself. So don't ever forget, love yourself. These are two pairs of Hoka shoes. The first pair on the right are made of wool, and I'm gonna have to clean them up, give them some magic eraser, and obviously the pair on the left are gonna need more cleaning. I did pay about 10 bucks for both of these pair, but I should have no problem probably fetching somewhere between maybe 45 to 55 for the wool pair on the right, the gray pair, and then hopefully for the pair on the left, I might be able to fetch a little bit more for them, depending on how good I can get them cleaned up. But these are very easy shoes to sell. I am not super excited when I come across shoes that are really nice that I know I can make money off of, but I go ahead and buy them anyways because I know that's part of being an everything reseller, is that you just got to take your finds when you can get them, and sometimes there's got to be a little bit of work on the back burner, and often that entails cleaning. So I'm gonna give these guys a little bit of a spit polish, shine them up, and send them out and make them somebody else's treasure. This red pair of shoes is some Dansko clogs. They are always a good seller for me. I don't make a whole lot of profit off of them, but they don't usually sit on my shoe rack for long. These ones are a little bit more decorative, a little bit fancier, so they should fetch me maybe somewhere between $38 to $42. And then this pair of shoes on the opposite side are also Dansko's, but they're the hiking low top edition, and I forget the name or the model series of this shoe, but these are gonna fetch me some nice money. They're super clean. They don't even look like they've been worn but maybe a few times. There'll be minimal need to clean them up, and hopefully they might fetch me somewhere between, I don't know, $55 to $65, maybe even more. So this was a cool little score. I like to catch and find kitchen appliances that are small and simple, or kitchen tools, or anything like that that's vintage and that reminds me of maybe being a younger kid. And this definitely caught my eye. It looked like something from the 80s when I was growing up. And what it is it's a little single serve ice cream maker, and the inside of this thing is filled with antifreeze. And what you do is you fill it up with your ingredients, and it has a little churn, and you just get to working on it, and it churns up a nice little batch of ice cream. These things, believe it or not, come in a couple different colors and models, and I think they come from a Japanese company because they have a weird, crazy following, and there was a good resell on it. And so I decided for what I paid, which I believe was $1.50, that I'd go ahead and put it out there, clean it up, and see if I couldn't turn it into $25 to $35. And I like finding things like this just because it keeps the intrigue going and it keeps the wonder going. And if you don't have some sense of imagination or wonder and curiosity, you probably shouldn't be out trying to find things to resell, because that's what makes this job so fun. So this quite possibly was the big find of the day for me. This is a Dymo Label Writer 400 Turbo printer. This guy right here I paid $12.99 for. I wasn't shy about opening the box at the Goodwill store I sourced it from. I looked it through and it did appear to be very new. It had all of the components still in the plastic, and the printer itself looked like it had never been used. And so I'm gonna go ahead and probably list it as new open box. I'm thinking I should hopefully get somewhere probably between 80 to 120 minimum. I'm gonna do a little more research. This is something I've never turned, but I know a lot of resellers that do come across these and find them and turn them for profit. So super happy to find this, especially out in the wild, being it was my first one. And for $12.99 in the condition it was, I couldn't pass it up. So this is a North Face raincoat that I got today, and I did pay up for it. I had to spend $25 on it, but the nice part about it is it is brand new and it has its tags still attached to it. And so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna get for this jacket yet. And because it does have embroidery on the right side of its chest of an outside company, I'll probably have to adjust the price down some because of that. But I just couldn't walk away from a brand new North Face raincoat for 25 bucks. And I have had good success selling high quality branded jackets with outside company embroideries on them, and it wasn't an issue. And so the biggest thing you need to do is just be good about listing it and pointing it out to your potential buyer so that there's no chance of a return and they understand what they're getting. Take good pictures. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, another North Face jacket? But yeah, I found this guy sitting right next to the other one I purchased that was brand new. Unfortunately, this one is used, but it's a kid size, and it's a kid size that's probably close to teenager build, and it's of great color, it's in good condition, and it's got that name that is my bread and butter, a name that sells, that is consistent, and that always is easy to turn. So this is my last and final piece, and wouldn't you know, it's another North Face jacket. This guy here is a hard shell men's large jacket. It's got gray colorway, and it is also brand new. So I was super blessed with my finds today. It is very rare to come across 3 North Face jackets of this quality, all sitting right next to one another. And while I did pay a premium for these, considering I will be able to make my money back, and this was a great day for me. And again, I was able to source a lot of comfortable brands that I'm familiar with, that I've had good success selling. And I want to encourage anybody out there that's getting into reselling, stick to the things you know, stick to the brands that you're comfortable purchasing and investing in so that you too can turn those goods for a profit. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video today. If you did, please hit that like button and also subscribe and join me along my travels and along my adventures, safaring out in the wild for undervalued and underappreciated goods to buy and sell for a profit. Thanks again for your time and have a great one.